Good morning and welcome to Onsen Budgie Smugglers podcast. We are doing a Sunday morning rather than usual Saturday morning today. And my co-host Crash Thompson is from North Coast in Victoria. How are you today, Crash? Good morning.
Good morning, Yosh. I'm very well, thanks. Had a big end of cricket season celebration yesterday afternoon, so that's part of the reason why I've pushed back to today.
That's good. What did you drink over there?
Numerous Carlton drafts
Nice.
and a very nice spread put on by the Railway Hotel, so it was very good.
Nice. Then what time did you start?
I think it was 2 p.m. start, and stuck around and watched the footy, watched the Hawks and the Suns. So I didn't get home till probably after 11.
Long day?
A very long day. Yeah.
Nice. Then what is the weather like today?
It's a beautiful day in Melbourne today. So, quite often autumn is the nicest weather in
Yeah,
Melbourne. I think it's probably going to be about 20 degrees today, sun's shining. So it's good.
nice.
Good footy conditions, Josh.
Yeah, of course. Not cold, not too hot,
Correct.
just warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is it over there in Kyoto?
It's sunny today. Then I'm heading to Osaka today for free training. Normally we do on Saturday afternoon, but someone requested to do on Sunday for today. Then I'm heading to the free training in Osaka soon after we finish the podcast.
And I do hear that you have a match coming up shortly.
Yeah, next week, a tournament.
Very exciting. I know I've spoken to Jared Landells here in Melbourne, and he's headed over to Japan, and I think he's taking his boots and going to hopefully have a kick in that game. The Jared
Nice.
is part of the old Footy Almanac crew, so I don't know if you remember Jared, but
I
hopefully
remember.
you'll meet him over there next week.
He's in Japan, you said?
Yeah, he's coming to Osaka for the tournament.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Mm,
I haven't spoken to him for a while.
yeah, so it's pretty exciting.
Do you know, which club he's playing for?
No, I don't really know. Hopefully for you guys, maybe.
I haven't heard, anything from him or,
Okay,
you know.
well, I do know he's bringing his boots, so hopefully you can recruit him.
So we have a kind of, many players and, Tokyo teams are struggling with, filling the team.
Yep.
I think unfortunately he might be playing against us.
Okay. So how far is the trip to Osaka for the players in Tokyo?
Um, if on the Shinkansen, like, bullet train, should be just around 2 hours, like 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But on the plane must be 1 hour between airport and airport.
Yep.
If they drive, it takes about 8 hours on the motorway.
Mm. Yeah, it's a good day's trip.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah. All right. Then can you please tell us, your highs and lows?
Yeah. So I think my high this fortnight was going to the comedy festival in Melbourne. Big comedy festivals on for the month of April, pretty much.
Yeah,
Went and saw a comedian who just happens to be half Australian, half Japanese.
right.
Her name's Nina Oyama, and very funny comedian, and we both had a great time.
Nice.
And the low, Yeah, the Hawks' poor form has actually got me pretty low.
Understand.
Hawthorn playing terribly. I think none and 4, none and 5 now. None and 5.
Yeah,
They did have a decent showing against Collingwood last week, but
yeah.
again, I think every week we've started very slowly and gotten beaten quite easily in all the first quarters and really struggled to come back. And yeah, again, the Gold Coast game last night. I don't know if you saw any of that, but it was not a very exciting game, and Gold Coast won that pretty easy.
Yeah, understand. It's a shame like
So
clubs are rebuilding.
yeah, so watching a fair bit of footy at the moment, and you'd like to see your team win occasionally. So
Yeah,
we've got North Melbourne next week, so I guess that's both teams down the bottom end of the ladder. We might be some chance to get a win there.
you should understand.
How
Like
about you,
it's about,
Yosh?
you know, my height, we had two Hanami parties, being a cherry blossoms in Osaka.
Yep.
One of them was with Dingo's Free Club. Then another was with my just friend and myself, just two of us.
So tell me how those parties go down. What happens?
Just, what people have in Hanami differs, regions. Like, for example, like, here in Osaka, like, people just buy like a sushi, or yakitori, like, grilled skewed chickens, etc. at the supermarket. Of course, like they buy beer, then bring to the park and sit down under the cherry blossom and enjoy the food and drinks. Then in Hokkaido, like where I come from, people usually do have a grilled lamb like a Genghis Khan Hokkaido cuisine. But I heard that in these years, then people are not allowed to do a barbecue in the park during the Hanami season, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a bit sad. Um, and obviously the cherry blossoms are world famous, the Japanese cherry blossoms. So
Yeah,
do you get many international tourists come for the Hanami parties?
they do. Absolutely, they are coming for cherry blossom seasons.
Yeah, that's
That
a good
happens.
thing, right?
Yeah. Um, when I had a Hanami party with my friends, then you know, we saw a gentleman wearing a cartoon cap.
Of course. Did you have a chance to speak to him?
Yeah, we do. We did.
Very good. You didn't get the sharing out for a kick.
No. We didn't have a sharing, unfortunately.
Oh, you don't want to knock those cherry blossoms off the tree.
Yeah. Otherwise, cherry blossom will be falling down.
You might get put in jail.
Yeah, that's right. And there are so many people, then we can't kick to kick.
Yeah, fair
We
enough.
have to search at the park if we want to.
Yeah.
Then, unfortunately, on the other hand, um, I have been facing so many rejected job applications.
I'm at least heartened, Yoshi, that you're having a crack and you're getting a lot of applications in. And I believe it will come off for you, hopefully shortly.
Just my,
Got to keep having a go.
yeah, just my. All right, let's move on to the news topic today. Okay. So, what have you got today, please?
You probably think I'm obsessed by snakes, but anyway, 2 tennis balls surgically removed from scrub python.
Scrap pipe.
Python, yeah.
Scrap pipe. What is scrap pipe?
It's scrub python is like a big snake, like sort of 2.5, 3 meters long
Yeah.
in Queensland. Mostly eats, small rodents and frogs and things like that.
Uh, Probably, snake had, a tennis ball accidentally, like, eaten. They've eaten. Then they had to remove with a surgery. Is that the
Yeah,
answer?
no, that's correct. So yeah, there's a
It is, yes.
local vet up there in Queensland had the snake brought into him, and it seemed to be in a fair bit of distress, and he's opened it up with surgery and pulled out 2 tennis balls. They
Goodness.
think that probably a dog had been playing with the tennis balls in the backyard and made them all sort of wet with saliva and warm, and the snake mistook them for a small mammal because of the smell, and ate them. But obviously, they can't digest tennis
Yeah.
balls, so it was become quite distressed apparently.
Goodness. Like a snakes been in the park?
Yeah, in the park, but also, they could be in people's backyards.
Right.
There's lots of animals and birds and things up in Queensland, and lots of snakes to try and eat them.
Goodness.
What do you got for me, Yosh?
Right. Japan's young workers head abroad as huge wage gap persists.
So they're leaving Japan. So I did hear this week that the Japanese currency, or I guess the Australian currency, is the strongest against Japanese currency for a very long time.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I guess that says something about the Japanese economy at the moment, that it might be struggling a bit, and probably um, people can see they can maybe go overseas to get jobs, and maybe get some better money.
that's right. Like, there are futures, young people, like, who can apply for a working holiday visa. Then, one of the guy is currently working in Australia, like, south of Sydney, like in a rural area, doing a butcher job. Like, he's working 50 hours a week. Then, his wage is like 3 times higher than, you know, he did for a military member in Japan.
Yeah,
Then, these people are like looking for a permanent residency, I think, because of, you know, bad economy in Japan.
yeah. Well, we know Australia is still looking for more immigrants to come, so um, they have those visa programs set up, and quite often people who are on the visas here then convert to permanent residency. So
Uh, in Japan, like, staff shortage happens in the bus drivers, truck drivers, etc. these days. Then, industry never, rise the wages up, unfortunately, which is really, really bad. Like, people say that, having an immigrant to cover staff shortage is not, shouldn't be prioritized. They should prioritize raising wages up.
yeah, somebody has to pay for it though. So it's a vicious circle, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't it happen in Australia as well? Like,
I think every country goes through this from time to time, where the wages really aren't high enough and they do need to be raised. But also um, times where the money isn't in the economy in general to be able to raise wages at other times. So I think all countries go through these times, and there's a bit of balance that kind of gets found in between, I guess.
between raising the wages up and getting an immigrant.
Yeah, well, I mean, bringing in the immigrants is certainly one way to not raise the wages because they can get people who will come to work for less.
Yeah.
But even eventually, those people are going to want higher wages as well.
Of course, like, people have already started working should get the high wages as well.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Yosh, you obviously done a bit of travel yourself and went to New Zealand on a working visa in your past.
Yeah.
How did
Yeah.
that go? Did that work out well for you?
Kind of, worked well, but I tried to settle down over there. Then it was hard to get a, permanent job, unfortunately. That's really, really a shame. Like, I wish it worked well.
But it was a good experience overall.
Uh, Yeah, it was a good experience. Just pity I had to leave the country, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
I think we should talk
it's
about some footy, eh?
pretty, yeah.
How's those Saints going?
Uh, 2 weeks ago against Essendon, St. Kilda played well in first half, then slowed down. Um, we only watched until third quarter at Hanami Party. Then I checked the score. What the hell, like, about 1 minute left, then St. Kilda behind like 4 points. Then, you know, I got emotion, negative emotion. What, WTF, what is called forever, you know. Really, really, I was so, devastated.
Hmm. I
The
understand.
last week against Richmond, St. Kilda did nothing in the first half, only kicked one goal. Then s- they played well in the third quarter, kick back goals, and then, became a different team. Then we just, got over the tough last quarter, then managed to win by 7 points. Yesterday, we haven't played real football until the last quarter, about last 10 minutes. Then, you know, handball skills are what? Bad, worst. Then, dropped the hand pass and didn't hand pass to the target, especially Josh Barrow, unfortunately, I have to
Yeah.
mention. Then kicking was bad, like, Mother's people, he had a set shot and his set shot was smothered, unfortunately. Missed opportunity, Max King didn't kick, you know, his scoreboard, unfortunately. He lost confidence again. But Chuck Sinclair's, smart kick in like a goal square in the last 10 minutes was good. We fought back, but unfortunately we couldn't win. We lost by 1 point.
Yeah. Yeah, it was in real contrast to the week before, which I did see the end of that game against Richmond, and it was pretty exciting
Yeah,
win. And yeah, it would have been pretty disappointing yesterday to, I guess, as you said, they probably didn't do enough through the whole game to win, but they came home really strong, and it looked like they were going to pull it off, and just couldn't quite get there.
yeah, it's a shame. Yeah,
But they're not playing terribly. They just need to be a bit more consistent through a whole game, I think.
yeah, like St. Kilda needs to play 4 quarters,
Yeah.
not like 1 quarter at all.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I've got the same complaint at Hawthorn really.
Yeah,
Um,
Go ahead.
Just those first quarters are terrible, and then the rest of the game they've probably been playing 2 good quarters, but it's not enough to be winning games. So anyway,
Yeah,
so yeah, against Collingwood, they got off to a really poor start, and then a very similar, I guess, to the game yesterday. They came home really strong, and Collingwood managed to just shut the game down for the last few minutes and make sure that Hawthorn couldn't get another score.
yeah,
And then, as I said yesterday, they were poor at the start and had a few good passages of play through the game, but really were well off it up on the Gold Coast. So the Gold Coast Suns are going well. They look good.
it's a good team now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
So yeah, onward to next week, and yeah, hopefully have a win over North Melbourne.
yeah, sure, of course. Uh, then today we have a couple games today.
Yep. Geelong and Melbourne, I think. First up.
In the afternoon, Geelong versus North Melbourne.
Yep.
Who do you think will win today?
I think the Cats will win that one. They've been in very strong form.
Yeah, Cats are good as well for me. Then West Coast versus Richmond in Perth.
Yeah, I mean Richmond have dropped off a bit, but I still think they're probably good enough to beat West Coast.
Yeah, West Coast played well against Sydney, but it's a bit hard to predict. However, I think Richmond would win in a close game, I think.
Yeah.
By the way, did you chip Port Adelaide or Fremantle last night?
I tipped Port Adelaide.
Uh, I thought that it would be an upset, so I chipped Fremantle, then they played well until the last couple minutes. Then Port got free kicks, then they smashed Frio, unfortunately. I wanted Frio to win.
Yeah. The other games were close yesterday. Carlton going down by 2 points to Adelaide. I tipped Carlton there, and
Yeah, me too.
I did tip GWS over you guys, but I mean it really could have gone either way in the end.
Yeah, I chipped GWS as well. Like, unfortunately, I couldn't see St. Kilda would win. Just lucky enough not to be defeated massively. That's only 1 point,
Yeah.
rather than losing by like, you know, 7 goals, like 6 goals, something like that.
I got the other ones wrong too. I tipped Bulldogs to beat
Me
Essendon,
too.
and I tipped Melbourne to beat Brisbane. So not a great week for me.
Me neither. I tipped these as well, like, the game, went against most tippings, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What about next week, Josh?
I haven't tipped next week yet.
Let's go
You?
through. I haven't yet either, but let's just quickly go through them and see who we reckon will tip.
I might, I might chip, I might change the chips.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's just see what we're thinking now.
St. Kilda Bulldogs, St. Kilda.
Yeah, I think the Saints will win this. So I'm not sure what's going on with the Bulldogs, but they're not playing well.
Yeah. Crows versus Essendon.
Over in Adelaide, I think the Crows.
Maybe. Crows. Collingwood versus Port Adelaide.
Yeah, Collingwood for me.
Collingwood. Carlton versus GWS.
I think it'll be a very good game, that one, but Carlton just.
Carlton would bounce back next week. Lions versus Cats.
I think the Lions will win that one up in Brisbane.
Lions are not good this year. So I might chip Cat, but I'm not 100% sure at this stage.
Yeah, fair enough.
West Derby, Eagles versus Fremantle.
I think Freo will win that one pretty easy.
Free easy. Sydney versus Suns.
Sydney for me, in Sydney.
Sydney, of course, SCG.
Yeah.
Then your game, North versus Hawthorn.
Oh, I'm hoping like hell that the Hawks win this one.
Should be Hawks, I'm sure.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah. That's all for next week.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. Do you have anything to discuss?
No, I don't know if you saw the tragedy in Sydney yesterday happened.
Yeah.
Terrible incident. So
Yeah, terrible.
yeah, I can't imagine what it'd be like to be involved or have family involved in something like that. Just terrible. So
Yeah, sorry to hear that. It's a bad news. Unbelievable.
yeah. But yes, other than that, I'll continue in my moving to my new apartment, just
Nice.
sort of a bit at a time till I do a big move at the start of next month and get everything finally moved. So
That's good.
yeah, it's good times.
And hopefully you enjoy a new apartment.
Yeah, I will do. And yeah, be doing our podcast from there in future. So it'll be good.
Yeah, sure. That's good.
Very good.
Hmm?
You enjoy your tournament next week.
Just Matt, we will.
Go the Dingoes.
Good Dingoes here, just Matt.
And we'll catch up after that and you can fill me in on how it went.
Yeah. Alright, thanks for watching. Thanks, Crash. And see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks, Josh. See you, mate.
See you, mate.